highlights channel of the Ranveer Show. This is TRS Clips. When you say that it's an Ashtami, what does it mean?
So, very simply, the moon changes its phases. There is the Krishna Paksha when the moon is, it's diminishing to Amavasya. And then there is the Shukla Paksha, which is the bright fortnight that happens. Okay. So, these form the angular distance between the sun and the moon forms a Tithi, which is one of the elements that is used in Jyotisha and also for all religious festivals in the Hindu calendar is based on Tithis, among other things. Okay. Now, each of these Tithis, on the one side you have the Purnima, which is the full moon, and the other side you have the Amavasya, which is the new moon or no moon night. Okay. In between, Ashtami is the 8th Tithi. Now, most of the deities in the Hindu pantheon, within Dharma that we worship today, have specific liking for specific Tithis. Their energies become more active on those Tithis. Bhairava's energy becomes most active on Krishna Paksha Ashtami. But other Ashtamis also his energy is active. Krishna Paksha is peak active. Other Ashtamis also his energy is active. Ma Durga's energy is also activated on Shukla Paksha Ashtami, which is the bright side moon, 8th Tithi, whereas the dark side moon's 8th Tithi is Bhairava's Tithi. So, in general, Ashtami is when, if you are not an Upasaka, it doesn't make a difference. If you are an Upasaka, it's like, Upasana is like, it's like a love affair. Initial stages, it's a one-sided love affair. Because you are going to trying to please somebody who's not interested in you. For that, you have to keep trying. And this is not like a human love affair, which is for a 1 day, 2 day, 3. No, you keep trying for lifetimes. You've been doing that in past lives. You do that naturally. That tendencies are there. So wherever you may be born, whatever circumstances, you're still pulled by nature back into the path. Start off. As you go deeper, the tithis become very important. It's like this. So you think that this is the tithi that the deity I'm worshipping likes. So that becomes important for you. It's just like a normal, if you're trying to woo somebody, if you love somebody. So you think, what does that person like? What dress does that person like? Okay, what food does that person like? Same thing. What is the bhog that I have to give to Baba if I'm doing Bhairava Upasana? What is the tithi that he likes? So that tithi I do something extra, something special. Maybe I'll fast that day. Maybe I'll do a little bit more sadhana that day. Sadhana is contemplation of the deity.
Well, contemplation of the deity means when you sit in meditation, you do a mantra chant or you think about the deity.
So those are techniques of contemplation. But eventually, whether you are doing meditation, whether you are doing mantra japa, or whether you are doing any other ritual, there are more other rituals also possible, you are basically trying to connect to the energy of the deity.
Okay.
And that is in a very simplistic language. Let's say that is a form, these are all forms of bhakti only. This is a form of bhakti, a devotion, a contemplation of the deity. For that I can chant mantras of the deity, I can meditate on the deity, I can draw yantras of the deity. Okay. Things that he likes. Why am I doing this? So that eventually he will take notice. Acha, this guy has been trying for a long time.
How long is the eventually?
That is up to him.
And up to the subjective reality of the sadhak.
Yes, absolutely. Subjective reality of the sadhak is because, small digression, there is a famous story that's there in the Buddhist lores, which says that when Buddha attained to his nirvana, one of the first things he did was that he bowed down to all the Buddhas who had come before him, to all the Buddhas who will come after him. Okay. The gist of this story is, the way I look at it is that you are never cut out from the past and the present. You are a moment in a continuum of time that is going on. You have done things in past, many past lives you have been born, some things you have done, some family, some connection to somebody, etc. And you have to navigate through that. Same thing happens with Upasana also. You have been worshipping a specific devata in certain past lives and you have reached a certain stage. Naturally in your next life, wherever you may be born, a certain threshold has been crossed means you will feel a natural tendency towards that deity, wherever you find. Even if you were born into a culture that is completely different, has no conception of the deity, still the moment you see that, moment you are in a place of that deity, you will feel that natural connection. You will not understand it. Understanding takes time. That is Maya. Because that is Bhagavati's domain. She does this beautiful job. The moment you are born, veil. Bas. You don't remember your past, which is very good. Which is very good. Well, imagine you remember your past. Suppose you had suppose an ex individual had a very bad equation with somebody who becomes his parent in this lifetime. So your mind is going to get biased. Nature is not asking you to work in a biased way. Nature is giving you certain natural faculties of your emotions, your rational judgment, things like that. Use those in a fair manner, with a fair sense of justice and injustice, that is dharma and adharma, and you carry on. But if you already know ki with this particular friend, I'm going to have a fight after 2 years, it's going to bias your equation with him. Nature doesn't want that. You cannot, with that information, you cannot live life normally.
So these are playlists made especially for you. We've tailor-made learning experiences for you. DRS clips.